And then you've got the other side, which is looked down upon as well, is obviously BTEC.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, chill out, yeah. There's people in this room have done a BTEC.
I remember when I told my mum I want to do BTEC. My mum's African, innit?
Yeah.
BTEC. So it was like, it reminded me, had a flashback, innit?
No, but it's frowned upon.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
Like, do you remember when we went Nando's a while back and Dixon, one of our...
People thought I'd get on the green bus and that when I go to college.
Yo, it's your boy Mr. B, aka Mr. B Spoke, and we are Tracksuits and Ties, and we are joined by...
EasyM/MEasy. Yeah,
He's
we're back.
joined by Moe Paly. So I cut you off there.
No, it's calm. It's calm. You do that always. It's fine. It's not a problem still. We got another special guest here.
He's here to light up the room.
Yeah.
He goes by the name Mikail, aka Mr. Torch. Light up the room, come on.
Come on.
Guys. Yeah, my name's Torch, Mikail, and I'm here to spend a good time with you, my good people.
Yeah, man. He said he's got something.
Love.
He's got something to say today. He said he's got a message for us today. He said he's got a message for us today.
Yeah, the message is stay in school, be safe. That's the message. You know what I mean?
But what is work for Mikail?
So I do a bit of quite a lot of things. So my main source of business is properties.
Okay.
So yeah, I buy and sell or develop properties on behalf of my clients. I started off as an estate agent, and then I branched out and I worked by myself.
I was triggered by the estate agent comment, yeah?
Okay.
Because personally, from my experience, when I was trying to buy a property,
Yeah.
they became my number one enemy.
Yeah.
I hated the way they used to speak to me. They used to I don't know. There was something about them was just like, oh man, you act like you're my friend, but you're not my friend, man.
Yeah. It's a
Like,
business at the end of the day, and you know, it's the safest way to sell it all, buy a property, to have always have a middleman. So no matter, I know there's always a stigma about estate agents and stuff like that, but we need them. You know, it's needed. So
Mo's looking like it now. We don't.
it's like Purple Bricks now, so that's like the Uber of estate agency.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
What call it, sorry?
So what's Purple Bricks?
Well, it's a computer game. Sorry, I forgot. I'm not
for
Miss-
you,
yeah.
I'm for you.
It's like an online estate agency app.
It's meant to be like a cheaper option for those that don't want to go down the normal route of an estate agent.
because with estate agents, you pay fees, etc. If you want to sell, buy, whatever. But with Purple Bricks, it's like an online service which you don't need to have. You can just speak directly to them.
You do your own viewings. Yeah.
There's no subject in school where you learn about property management.
That's the thing. I think with UK properties is quite different. I swear, if you go to America, the States, etc., you need to be licensed.
Oh, you need to be qualified.
You need to
Okay,
actually
yeah.
qualify, etc. But with UK, you can just go in without any experience. What you need to do is be good on the phone, be a people's person.
My problem was, or like I said, I had no prior experience to buying a property, and when you go into it, they sometimes speak to you as if like you should know what you're doing and stuff like that. It's like, bro, I'm under 30. It's not like I've got a portfolio and stuff like that. So when they're asking me, have you got this? Have you got that? Have you done this?
So what it is...
When they said, have you got mortgage in principle, for instance?
Yeah.
I was like to my broker, bro, shut down the operation. I don't think I'm like, what the hell is that? That sounds legal. Sounds like I'm doing something illegal. So I have one.
Yeah. No, it's funny you said that because I have a close friend who called me the other day, and she's basically buying a property with her partner. Yeah. So her first property she's buying, and she asked me all these questions. The lady was like, "Do you have a mortgage in principle? Like, how do you know?" There's like loads of invasive questions, but because I know it from both sides. So as an estate agent, you need to like cut out the bullshit so that you know, because they look at everyone as money at the end of the day. Yeah. Everyone works and sells and know how it is, or some sort of sell. So they see everyone's money. So if they feel like you're wishy-washy, you don't really have everything in place, like they're gonna not spend too much time on you.
I want to cut the waste, like just waste people's time.
Do you know what I mean? They're just on it for the money, and it's because it's long hours. A lot of people bullshit at the end of the day. A lot of people are just like window shoppers.
Yeah.
So.
My funny thing is, obviously, buying a property, I thought it was like if you go on holiday and try like haggle in a tourist shop, he says tenner, you say
£5.
£2.
Yeah.
So straight away, let's say my budget was 400,000. I was looking like 600,000 pound houses.
Yeah, no
Hey,
worries.
who haggle with me? Like,
When they haggle, maybe 5K, 2.5K.
I didn't know it was like
Oh, but the haggle days are over.
Yeah, it's over. The market's crazy at the moment.
Something else you said, which I found interesting, is how there's no real need for qualifications in certain jobs.
Yeah, especially in sales jobs. Yeah.
That does like rattle me.
Why?
So basically, long story short, but I had painters in my house like really
Yeah.
recently, and I took this worker home. Right, I drove in home.
Took
and
him
just-
home. Took him to
Yeah, I
the
thought special treatment in it. Like,
Bruh.
got to look out. He's coming. He's gonna paint my house in it. I had to.
look after me.
You
I'll
wanted
look
a
after
discount.
you.
Yeah.
But he's done the wrong person.
Yeah, word. He's the worker, he wasn't even the boss, bro.
Yeah.
But something that he said was very interesting. He goes, the craftsmanship of a painter is not respected. Because like plumber or electrician,
Yeah.
you're required to have some sort of qualifications.
Okay.
And I deeped it because I'm not going to lie, I started painting for Bants. And my wrist was gone. I was like, this is dead.
Yeah.
And people don't respect that paint. Do you feel like there should be more qualifications for everything, or?
No, because I think, what does qualification mean? Does it mean that you can do the job?
No.
Like, it doesn't mean like things. Like, well, what is qualification? I feel like there should be more experience.
Yeah, the theory and
work,
practical element. Yeah, yeah.
Because that's what it is at the end of the day. You know, you got these big finance people going into these corporate world. Yes, you can get A stars in your test and everything, and you can speak good, but when it's time to make that decisions, when it's time to get your experience, you can't really. There's no qualifications for it. You know, so I get what you mean, and the flip side that if you don't have an experience, people look at you as you're not really worth anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's how you present yourself
Okay.
that gives you the respect at the end of the day. Because I respect everyone. You know, who am I at the end of the day? I'm equal to everyone. But I feel like it's how you present yourself. That if you're talking about respect element.
Yeah.
Me and Malcolm talk about this a lot. Apprenticeships, it's usually looked down upon.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah, it was definitely looked down, but it's
Yeah.
probably the best thing that you can do.
It's the
'cause
best.
You got the experience and the qualification, and I think together, not us here, but as a system, that should be more focused on. Because you're right, you can get these A stars and these like straight A's and A levels and degree and whatnot, but then you're coming out with no experience and you actually don't know what the real world is.
Exactly.
And then you've got the other side, which is looked down upon as well, is obviously BTEC.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, okay.
Hey, chill out, yeah. There's people in this room that have done a BTEC.
Like, if someone
Nah,
don't-
so it is, yeah.
I'm sitting next to the same guys did the A level in the uni, innit? Brushing shoulders together, we're beating the same chicks. It doesn't matter where I'm got.
I remember when I told my mum I want to do BTEC, and my mum's African, innit?
Yeah.
BTEC. So it was like, it reminded me, had a flashback, innit?
No, I mean, it's frowned upon.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
Like, do you remember we went Nando's a while back and Dixon, one of our
People
my
thought I'd
friends-
get on the green bus and that when I go to college.
We can't laugh at that. We can't laugh at that.
But no, back in the day we did. It was something that you just automatically like,
Nah, that's true.
you ain't ready for it. You ain't ready for life, so you're gonna do BTEC. Just seem like you're taking out some time and get that EMA money. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my generation, for example, is all changing now, isn't it? So I feel like in life now you can make it with being persistent, consistent, and having the right mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long you been doing the property thing for then?
I've been in it for like 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years. Yeah. What made you get into it? Like,
Because I've done other things, innit? I've
what do
always
you mean
been
you
in...
done other things? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yeah, let us know. Let us know.
We're gonna hear it.
Yeah, what's been going on?
Nah, I've done other things, innit? Like, I've done other sales stuff, innit? Like,
Okay.
worked in...
Pharmacist.
No. So pharmacist.
I'm playing.
Stigma. What's happening? If we're on the same team, brother.
I was just gonna shout you. I was just gonna shout you.
Since I met you today, bro,
Nah,
you've
bro.
been on to me. We're meant to be on the same team,
Bro,
bro.
I'm playing, bro.
One of my best topics is about schooling system, innit? And because I've got a son. And
Okay.
I've got a son who's 12 years old. I had him when I was mad young anyway.
Okay.
So
Oh, 12,
I feel like Yeah.
13.
He can chat back to you now.
See you
Like,
Oh, bro, he chat back, bro. He's telling me about mortgages now.
oh, sorry.
Yeah, they grow up too fast now. What's that talk
Man's
back? You
talking
talk
about
back when he was
NFT
two.
and that right now. I need this NFT, dad.
Yeah. We're talking about how to do my investments and stuff like that. But so what I was saying about the schooling system, you're right. There's a lot of things that they should teach you about, such as finance, such as like, if you're self-employed businesses, like loads of stuff that they don't teach you about. I feel like they need to, in order for you to be ready for the real world. And I feel like a lot of stuff is just bullshit at the end of the day. The syllabus is backdated by hundreds of years. Everything is happening exactly the same that it was happening at my time. So what my son's going through, I went through.
Okay.
And look how much has changed through when I was his age to now. So why should the syllabus still be the same?
I hear that.
So I feel, yeah, you're right. I feel there are a lot of things they should teach you in school. And me having parents that weren't born in UK, it made me be the first kind of generation of...
You understand what it's like here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they didn't have any experience. They didn't understand credit score. They didn't even know what credit score was. They didn't know how to make my credit score better or how to let me know, be careful because this is going to make it worse and stuff like that. So, yeah, I feel like a lot of things that should be talked about in school. And hopefully, I hope they change that.
I'm gonna somewhat counter attack your point. Not because I'm against what you're saying. But we have to understand that the changes can't happen instantly.
Of course they can.
No, let me explain. Because the teachers have obviously been taught a certain way to teach something. So you can't just dash everyone out. It starts from all the way to the bottom. If that makes sense. So like, if you change drastically what we need changing right now, who's gonna teach it?
No, because the majority of things which I feel like they need to implement is normal stuff. Like, you don't even need to be
like what?
educated. Such as like, okay, for example, how's your credit score? If you don't mind me.
No, it's decent. Yeah,
it's decent. Has it always been decent?
No. Obviously, until you grow up and then you realize you need it, and then that's when you start looking into it and how to make it better.
Because since I started working in properties, I worked in like central London, so I see the teaching of kind of the higher class, for example, teach their children. They never had bad credit scores, and it's not because their parents just gave them money like that. It's because they knew how to handle their credit. Do you know what I mean? I didn't.
I hear that.
So when I was younger, like I had 2 mobile phones. I had one for my sister, like, and it shouldn't. Like, I didn't have anyone to teach me otherwise. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like what you said, you don't really need to be experienced. Like, you need to be experienced in it. And I feel like all teachers are experienced in it because of their age and what they've gone through in life.
No, of course, but the syllabus is hard to change because there's so many elements to it. Like me teaching him or you how to get a better credit score. They should, like, I think, what was it, PSHE or whatever it used to be, like that was the kind of like everyday life used to have in the subjects. But if we try to change it right now, which I think we are, there is change happening. And I don't agree with the system. I haven't agreed with the system since I was young. I think we used to have these discussions when we were a lot younger, like, why do I need to know algebra and all that malarkey? Do you know what I'm saying? But what we have to understand is our teachers were double our age. So you have to really file them all out. And then kind of bring on new...
Like, because what it is, with teachers, they learn new syllabus every single time.
But like you said, it's very similar.
Yeah, it's very, very similar, but they learn... Like, they need to be updated in the new system, in the new way of teaching. Like, this Black Lives Matters really came to school and they had to change it quickly. Do you know what I mean? So, when it's effective in that way, they know how to change the syllabus quickly. Do you know what I mean? The amount of money that was pumped into Black Lives Matters just on the basis of a few protests and a few people dying, etc., which has been going on for years. Because it made public, it was a thing where they had to cater to it and they've done it very, very quickly.
But the technicality that Black Lives Matters shouldn't be happening. Like we shouldn't be in that position in itself. So but putting it into the system, really good, brilliant. But it's something that there's no technicalities. Like, don't be racist. Like, let's get equality. Like, all for it.
But it's more. It's deeper than that. It's like people are racist. So I know you probably
No, I just want to say, like, don't I understand adding that into the system, but from what you're saying, maybe I'm wrong. You're saying scrapping the whole way it's done and then rebuilding it. Is that what you're? Okay.
No.
Okay. Okay. Right.
So cause maybe it's the words I used, innit? Yeah. That made you guys think like that.
Yeah.
Not scrapping the whole system, but changing it up, making it more modern to our lifestyle, to everyday needs, not just like algebra. Algebra was a cool subject. But when the fuck did you use? What? Do you know what I mean? But when I learn about anyways, when did you ever use algebra?
No, I personally haven't. No.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I hear that.
Do you know what I mean?
That.
Like, there's a lot.
There's so many stuff that I've created from algebra.
Like what?
Like an iPhone. From my understanding.
Yeah, can I interject?
That's TikTok information.
Yeah. Maybe us, we don't necessarily use it. But like, let's say, for instance, someone who's getting their pilot's qualification or like you said, some mechanical scientists and engineers, they might have to use it in their day-to-day life. We just, the field we're in, we don't necessarily use it. So we think it's important.
That's a very good point. That's a very valid point you made. But like you say, how many people in your school, or let's look at the ratio. I don't know about the ratios anyway, but how many people in your school, for example, became pilots? You know, like how many people that was needed with algebra, for example, as we're speaking about the subject. We're talking about credit scores, which everyone needs to be. It's not only like 20% of the school or 50% of the school. It's every single person needs a level of understanding on how that's meant to be used or why it's there for the purpose. So why shouldn't I implement that in school?
Cool. Like, yeah, I don't know how many people in my school became pilots or scientists, stuff like that. But it doesn't mean that we can we're then kind of like saying, we're giving ourselves a limitation on what we can do. It's like, all right, teach that stuff to the privileged kids, and for us, let's teach us about surviving out there and stuff like that. I think
what's going to be more useful?
How long has the credit score element of it?
No, it's been here for time.
Has it been for time?
Yeah, I don't know exactly.
Check that, please.
Yeah, check that. I don't know exactly.
When was the credit score system or algorithm?
In 1956.
Fuck it up.
It can't be. When my dad bought property,
that wasn't even in question.
I don't think that got questioned.
No, it's true. Yeah. In that,
you breathing, you got a pulse, like you got money, like.
Bro, you just know
it's
cash
mad.
on the bag. That's it. It's done.
And that was 2005. It wasn't that long.
You know, back
ago.
in the day, you could have got like a 0% mortgage.
Yeah.
And you did.
And
all you need to
in
do
Lidl.
is just tell them what you want.
Yeah.
You write down a piece of paper.
I earn this much.
Yeah, earn this much, blah, blah, blah. They'll go around the back and say, okay, we'll give you a mortgage.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Now it's like they need everything. They need to know your blood sample.
So dead.
So it's like, it's crazy all the information.
Are you into crypto?
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm very like, I've had people explain it to me for hours on end. And I'm still very like, I'll call it old fashioned. Like, I'm the type that, for me, a business needs to be like a physical thing that I can see.
Tangible.
Yeah. So for me, this, like I said it plain and simple, when people like tell me about NFTs and crypto and I make this much and stuff like that, I'm very skeptical on it and like, I don't know. I feel like for me, I don't want to disrespect anyone. Like, I remember that whole, do you remember that ACN time, pyramid schemes and stuff like that? Yeah. I remember the people that used to come present it to me.
You're part of it.
No,
You're the creator.
So I'm laughing is because everyone links crypto to pyramid scheme and stuff like that.
Because you know what? I see a similar trend where I used to see the people that were not necessarily like, how would I say, the go-getters that were very like lazy and stuff. And they were like, suddenly they're wearing suits now and telling me, yo, bro, make this the next big thing. They got a little folder in their thing. And I'm like, bro, I used to see you like on the ends doing nothing, bro. Now
that's what I mean. So what?
No, but it's just like.
So what? Because you used to. That's another subject as well. But like, so people can change all the time.
I hear it, but I felt like it really rang true to the people that didn't really want to work that hard like someone else, and then they were looking for a quick way out. Yes. That's the way I saw it.
And I feel like, why shouldn't you? In a sense that, when I mean a quick way out, let me rephrase that. Firstly, I don't believe in 9 to 5. I believe that you should do a 9 to 5 for a certain amount. It depends. Everyone's different. For me, I can't be doing a 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. Number one, your money's capped. Number two, your time's capped. Number three, you're working for someone else. So no matter how hard you're working, it's still for someone else, isn't it? So
Well, the system will cripple if everyone had that mentality and everyone lived
Is that a bad thing? Like, is that looked down upon for
We need
someone else?
no, 100% no. That's what I said. For me, my perspective, everything I talk about is from my perspective,
you, yeah.
innit? So obviously, as a business owner myself, I need employees. Do you know? I need people working for me. So not everyone, like they say, not everyone can be a boss, and not everyone understands what a boss means. It doesn't mean like the boss he gets paid the most, and he goes on extravagant holidays, and he's got this massive lifestyle, and it's 9 out of 10 times it's not that. It's about getting paid last. It's about making decisions that 99% of people can't make. It's about making quick decisions and sticking by it. About looking after your employees, making sure everyone's in good, like mentally good. All this stress that comes with it. Like, there's a lot of things about being a boss that is not fun. So I feel like you're right. People should be 9 to 5 works for some people, but it don't work for me.
But it has started to be frowned upon, which is something that I don't like. And Mo's got a very successful business, and there's times where me and him have a conversation about, you know what? Yeah, my business is successful. I make good money in that, but do you know what? Sometimes I just wish I had a 9 to 5 and just go home and chill.
Okay, so put it this way. I think the pandemic changed everything for everyone. So you had someone that working in hospitality, for example.
Yeah.
So they work. So you got this person that works in a restaurant, working for someone. It literally got like people got made redundant. People just said, "Look, we can't even pay you because of what happened with the pandemic."
Yeah.
However, what good thing on the flip side? What happened in the pandemic? A lot of online businesses, a lot of people went into their own industry and started working for themselves. So if something like this happened again, the whole world is moving into online businesses. So no matter if you're working with someone or you're not, I believe it's good to understand about working online and working by yourself as well. Because if a flip side, if a pandemic happened again, who could really survive? Who can survive it?
I would say this time around would be easier, no? It's a very naive thing to say, but
yeah. But a lot of people are affected, you know.
It's not completely back to normal. There's still people that are like struggling.
I worked you talk about pilots, because I worked in pharmaceutical to do something with.
So you technically
so he was right.
So I worked the part of it. I went in it, I worked a part of it.
Yeah, okay.
But just like you saw a lot of people that worked in British Airways, they all got made redundant. Like pilots. Someone that was in Dubai, was flying with Emirates, just bought a house. Kids were being in there in school for 8 years, had a new nanny, and they said, like, we can't pay you. So they had to leave all of their stuff in Dubai and move back to into his mum's house. And this is like a 50-year-old man. So it depends it depends who you are and what kind of industry you're working in. I see it as, is this your own journey? You need to be, I won't say happy because I don't like that word happy.
What do you mean you don't? What does that?
Because when people say in life, so what do you want to be? Like, what do you want to be? I want to be happy. What does happy mean? What does happy mean?
Being content within yourself.
Nah, happiness, that's what it could mean to you. I feel like content is different. I'd rather be content than happy. Because happy is a temporary emotion.
Oh, you think it's like exaggerated? It's an exaggerated emotion.
It's on a high. Like, you shouldn't base your life on a high. I know that when I'm on holiday, I go all-inclusive. I was in St. Lucia for 3 weeks.
Tell them.
I knew this is a temporary. Do you know what I mean? I didn't think this is, I want my life to be like this.
Yeah.
I feel like I want my life to be content. That's why I don't like the word happy.
You are, obviously I know you're much better than probably the other two, and you, something I do admire about you is just, you live such a life of a great life that some people love, and but then you have this really like soulful element. So I actually want to know, amongst all of us, I was thinking this, I was actually in the shower, which is so fucking weird, but
He's thinking about me in the shower.
I was thinking about all of you in the shower.
Wow.
And I just wanted to know, like, what's your man's like best quotes? Like you every other post you have is probably a quote, and I think you kind of mentioned a quote earlier about the happiness and content. Like, do you guys have a happiness that you got a quote that you guys live by?
Yeah, I got a quote.
Hit us.
It's about hope. Have you watched Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah.
It's like, he says hope is a good thing and one of the best thing and a good thing never dies, like something like that. Anyway, I can't remember it word for word. Yeah, it's about hope. Anyway, Shawshank Redemption. Yeah.
What does that? So what does that mean to you? Like, what does that?
It means to me that there's no matter where you are in life, no matter what situation you are in life, there's hope.
Okay, right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in your worst situation, that's why you should never base something of your highs and your low, because it's always temporary. My kind of mindset is always to be content.
Okay.
What I've got, my surrounding, my friends, always being content. Yes, aim for high, aim for better, but always be content and remember what you have. So it basically means to me, no matter if you're in a good place or a bad place,
if you got hope,
or in a bad place, for example, there's always hope at the end of the and you'll never be in this position forever.
Do you guys have any quotes that you got somewhat live by?
What's yours, bro? What's yours?
Mine. A goal without a plan is just a dream.
Yes.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Who said that?
I'm not sure who said it, but
it sounds like Lindsay Lohan or something.
But it's something that I'm a strong advocate of.
Yeah.
My favorite quote is one that my dad told me. Mm-hmm. One of the best quotes he ever told me was, "I can't help it. I love stress." So that's one thing that I kind of like
live by
in terms of it's helped with my anxiety. It's helped with it's like fuck it. This is the reality I live in. And it's like
you're just gonna surround yourself in it. You're just gonna put yourself in it.
In terms of
Head
if
first.
I immerse myself in it, I won't ever have to think about it because I'm just embedded in it. Because I used to get stressed out a lot.
Do you have a quote, Malcolm?
Run your own race, innit? Stay in your own
run your
lane.
race, yeah.
Don't get too.
I hate that quote.
Exactly. You don't get too worried about someone beside you doing. If you know you have a plan and this is where you're going, as long as you get to that destination, it doesn't matter if someone maybe done it before you or done it. Or is doing it after you, copied you or whatever. Just stay the course in it and be consistent with it.
Do you know what's mad? Yeah, I'm not a therapist, but all of our quotes was very much like a focus quote.
Yeah.
If you think about it, one was about
goals.
A goal without a thing is like
goal without a plan is just a dream.
Yeah. So it's a bit more of a focus kind of quote. Mine was about focus, like mindset.
Yeah.
And yours is about like stay in your own lane, focus. You're about stress, your own focus. It's kind of like it kind of makes to sense that we all kind of entrepreneurs in a way.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like it kind of has that mindset. That's what I take from those.
Is that not because of where we've come from?
Could be.
I think it's a sense of giving someone a sense of purpose. Like there's times when I question what I do, and then when I feel like I don't have a purpose, is when that stuff kind of overwhelms me. So I think the focus thing is to keep you.
Do you suffer depression?
Whoa, Mikail, bro. We'll meet you after the break.
Yeah, it sounds like you suffer depression.
Yeah, like something I've experienced. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it during lockdown or before lockdown?
I'd say when like lockdown first, like when during lockdown, is when I started to like, oh wow, or like why am I feeling like this?
Okay.
Why have you labelled it? Because that's what's happened a lot recently, right? Because we'll have this discussion numerous times years ago, but we didn't ever use the word anxiety or depression. Well, I personally didn't.
Nor did I.
5 years ago, I was going through the stresses that I had been in my right now, probably in the most blessed place I've been in a very long time, alhamdulillah, right? But when I was having my stresses and my difficult times, it made me more anxious and more depressed when people like yourself, not when you're like, maybe you're depressed, maybe go see a therapy. It's just like... Because
as men, and as kind of macho men, whatever you want to label it as, I feel like we don't talk about it.
Of course, yeah.
I feel like there's a book that I read, it's so annoying, I can't remember the name, but it's about stress. And that's why it's funny you mention it. It's about dealing with different types of stress. And I actually read it through lockdown. And I should actually remember the book, but it will come to me. I'm trying to think about it, but it will come to me. It's probably what got me through lockdown. And sorry, to answer your question, as men, we don't really talk about that side of life.
No, talking about it is fine, but when we label it is what pisses me off.
We need to understand what it is. We need to understand, we can't run away from it.
But depression is, there's so many aspects and so many, like you said, there's different types of stress, there's different types of depression, right?
Yeah, of course.
So for you to just, not just you personally, I'm not just getting at you, you just throw the word depression, throw the word anxiety, and you're like, right, fuck it, that seems like an easy solution. I've got depression, I've got anxiety, now let me deal with it.
Nah, That's not.
It's like when you're ill and you just have to have some sort of diagnosis.
Yeah, but I feel like to diagnose a situation is so you understand, like, everything is about understanding yourself, okay? And I feel like, because when I suffered depression at a stage, I never knew what it was, because I never knew, but it was my mum. My mum actually said to me,
Oh, your mum.
yeah, because I have a close relationship with my mum. Yeah, I was going through it, yeah, and I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was about depressed. My mum said to me, I think you're depressed. And I was like, do you know what? I didn't even know what depression actually meant, because I've never Googled it or have any kind of understanding about it, because we don't talk about it. But when I Googled it, I was relieved, because at least I knew what it was. I wasn't going crazy. Like, I wasn't going crazy in a sense. It was, I kind of knew what it was and how I overcame, because I knew what it was. I knew how to deal with it.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's
If you know
what
the problem, you can find a solution.
So when you have to know the problem, you can find a solution. So that's in a way that I asked him, do you feel depressed, so that maybe he can understand that, okay, maybe if he didn't know that it was depressed, he maybe knew it was.
But let's say, let's say your mum said to you, you know what, Mikail, you're just run down.
Nah, because this.
Then you went and Googled run down, and somehow you got the same. It's
kind of the same. We'll be linked to the same.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No matter.
And that's why the labeling thing just rattles me. I just don't like it personally.
Yeah, it's fair enough. It's fair enough. Each of their own, innit?
Yeah.
I like to kind of know a boil point where I'm at, so I can understand to solve it. Because you can't solve something you don't know.
I agree.
I think with stuff like that, once I started to know about, let's say, depression, anxiety, I started to. The more I believed in it, the more I just kept using it as an excuse for the way I was reacting to stuff, the way I was behaving. I was like, oh, it's because of my anxiety. It's because I'm this. Like, I felt the more I talk about it, for me, is the more it manifests and the more it overwhelms me. And I use it as like a excuse or defense mechanism. Like, instead of knowing about it gave me a relief, knowing about it was just more like, oh, fucking hell, like. It's how can I explain it? It's like
I understand, but it shows, like I said, everyone deals with things differently, and it feels how you handle. That shows how you handle situations.
The community I'm from, definitely, if a man talks about his mental health, it's something not really kind of recognized, and it's just oh, you're a man, like you shouldn't have mental health. That's something that you leave to women. You don't leave that to yourself. So it's definitely, especially where I grew up and my family, it's not something that I could look to for guidance or advice.
There's another thing they should talk about in school, but
But talking of school as well, linking to what you're saying, do you remember back in the day, when the naughty kid, loud, couldn't concentrate, go to the doctor, you got ADHD. Same shit. Then every time that guy done something crazy, oh, it's fine, he's got ADHD.
Yeah, but I feel like it depends who you are, it depends who your family is. Don't ever get it twisted. I can't throw a tantrum in school and come back. Even my mum knows about depression. Even my mum suffered from depression, whatever, and she knows the triggers and the attributes for depression or whatever. I can't go and say, oh, because I was depressed. No, that's not an excuse.
Nah, but they're more lenient. Cause I've been through it myself. They're so much more lenient.
In school?
School, and I'm guessing your mum as well.
No. My mum's not.
Personal life, between friends. Like, if I knew, my friends going through stuff, out of my way, I'll behave in, to not upset him at times. To, speak to him, not in a belittling way, but, are you all right? Like, you okay?
Yeah, but are we saying that's a bad thing, or...?
It's not.
Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I feel like it's good. Do you guys have partners?
Yeah.
I know this is an extreme link, but do you have a partner? Yeah,
yes, correct.
Do you play fight together?
Yeah.
Okay, if she's pregnant, would you play fight?
No.
Exactly.
I'd lose. I'd lose.
but it's good to the point I'm trying to make is that it's good to understand what it is, so that you can, so that you know yourself how to deal with it. So with your friend that was depressed, and this is what happens. This is why people, as men, myself, this is why the suicide level of men is so high.
Yeah.
Because we don't talk about it. Because if he didn't tell you depressed and you kept like banning him and blah 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 and blah blah blah, this guy's going and kills himself. Like, how were you meant to help your friend?
Because you didn't know.
You didn't know about it. So I think it's a good thing that if he tells you I'm depressed, I'm going through it at the moment, for you to number one, check on him, number two, understand that if he's getting better and help him through it. And you're not the same way. It's not going to be the same way as you act with him. It's not going to be the same way as it was before.
Yeah.
Before he told you. So I think it's a great thing. And another thing that I feel like men should do, I feel like everyone should do this, yeah. And I'm also going to start doing it myself, is therapy. I feel like
this is somewhat self-therapy.
This is very therapeutic, I must say.
But you say therapy, I'll give you... I had one experience, and it was over the phone, and it was with a female. And it was like...
That looking down on her.
It just not that. It just agitated me because I would answer stuff, and she was like, "So why did you react like that?" I was like, "What do you mean?"
No. Let's stop this day. We need to know the whole facts about this situation, bro. So I need to know about what were you guys talking about.
So no, she would ask me over. So it was like a 3-hour session on the phone. And and it was like asking me questions.
Exclusive. This is an exclusive.
In your childhood or now when this incident happened, why did you react like that? I'm like, what do you mean? Why? Like, I feel like if I was, for instance, speaking to a man, he wouldn't ask me that kind of question. Like, why did I react like that? Of course, I had to react like that. Like, so it was like, so me and her started getting into like.
You see this guy?
No,
He's just never
like,
seen.
so for instance, let's say I'm with. So it was for me that put me off because it was just like.
Are you an op? You like an op over the phone? Where's your addy?
I tried to assert my dominance. What are you talking about? As a man, I have to do that. Obviously, if you were a man, you would know.
No. Sorry, the way you're saying. What do you mean? Why am I like that?
I'm not even depressed anymore, you know. Shut up, man. Come off the phone.
Exactly. I think you need therapy.
No, that's serious. On the serious, let's get back to
But yeah, exactly that. And it turned into altercation. Was like, look, I can't really speak to you because you don't come from where I come from. You're not understanding me. Like, so I'm saying. So the only person that I feel like could understand me is someone that comes from where I come from and has experienced what I've experienced. But if I've got someone that just has to ask me questions and then ask me why and how, and that's what's gonna be like, right, this is not really a therapy session. This is more like a questionnaire. And
but it's but yeah, it all depends what therapist you go to, because there's some that I know they ask a lot of questions and you feel like, oh, they're just being evasive, but everything's about solutions. As long the one that gives you solutions is always the best for you, whatever service you go for.
She asked me about having family dinner, yeah? And it's like, so you'd sit on the dinner table and eat? I was like, no, we'd take the plate and go to our rooms. Oh, really? Like, do you think that? I was like, no, listen, in our community, that's fine. Don't give me a problem. Like,
oh, my days. Oh, let me stop you right there, yeah? Oh, my days. Imagine my partner. Do you know how big that is? This is another thing, yeah? In my culture, we didn't even have a dinner table.
Yeah.
Right?
What?
When the food, let me land, yeah. So let me tell you something. Food's ready, everyone run downstairs, grab their plate, goes back to their room, shuts the door, everyone eats their food. Yeah. Do you know how damaging that is for a person to not eat at the table with their family? Like, you're looking at me like weird.
Yeah, Mo's looking at me.
I'm speaking to Lucy again on the phone.
Yeah, you need to speak to Lucy on the phone, bro, because I got this from my girl. My girl was saying to me, she said it to me like it was normal. I said, wait a minute. And when you're watching all these like series and all that, and they're all sitting at the dinner table, they could be out, the dads in finance, the mums, whatever, the children in school. But when they come back, they come back and they sit down and eat together. That is so important. That is so important, and I didn't realize that until it clicked when my girl told me. Like, she's like, Ray, like, don't you do that? And I was thinking, nah. And then it kind of answered a few questions to me, the way of the relationship with my family and how we are.
But it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't stop you and your mum from being extremely close.
No, but I feel like I can't speak, but I feel like my mum is the reason for us to have a family. My mum has to be there because there's no other link. Because we haven't got a communication where we sit down and eat at the table. We talk about our things, because that's therapy
Was you
itself.
brought up in single mum or with your dad?
No, my mum and dad still together.
Typical.
Yeah. My mum and dad are still together. But yeah, I feel like that's why it's so imperative to have a good relationship with my mum, because I call my mum and she told me everything. Me and my brother, we don't have a crazy relationship together. And my sisters and all that, they're all doing their own thing. I'm the youngest as well, innit?
Love to have that topic again.
So with my mum tells me everything that's going on. And without my mum, I wouldn't know
what everyone's doing.
what everyone's doing. So and my mum's like that with everyone. Like she will speak to my sisters and brothers like that, and my dad like that as well. So
right.
it's imperative to have that. That's why the relationship, I feel like, is even stronger than.
So I need to call her and apologize.
Bro, trust me. To this day, I still eat around with my family. Yeah. Like you obviously seen it.
That's beautiful. I'm honestly.
But that's normal to me. Do you know what I'm saying?
To you, exactly.
So that when you're saying, I didn't know. I've eaten with your family together as well.
Yeah, but it was more like in the day-to-day life.
Yeah,
that wasn't the go-ahead. So
no, but every day of my life.
It's funny you say that, because that was some of the questions I was asked that I felt like she wasn't relating to. So she deemed that as something that was not normal. So that was getting me agitated.
Yeah. But do you not feel like sometimes? Sorry, but do you not feel like sometimes you have to be ready to cure yourself? I'm not cure such a bad word. I apologize. Like you have to get over your depression and anxiety. Not you personally, but everyone. You have to personally be ready for it. Because I can give you the best advice, the best solutions. If you're not ready and you don't want to change it, bro. Doesn't matter what you do, how much money you go to Dubai and get them 30 therapists. Don't matter. If you're not ready, you don't want to change it, it's not gonna happen.
That's why I feel I overcame it in 2 months, because I'm an individual person, innit? Like I felt like it was a task to do, innit? I got the pressure. I need to get out of this. I got a son. I can't be depressed, innit? Do you know what I mean? I got a business that I was looking to start up at the time when I had it, or when I was going through it. So I need to get out of this quickly, because this is a obstacle in itself. Like I need to overcome this quickly. So you're right, it has to be an individual thing.
But listen, we've been Tracksuits and Ties, because I think you've got to go.
Yeah. No, thank you for having me on, guys. Yeah.
I've been Mr. B.
Easy, bro.
Moe Paly.
And we've had our special guest,
Mikail.
You got anything coming up you want to tell people about?
No, you'll see. There's a lot of things happening, you know.
Where can they follow you?
Follow me on Instagram, Mikail Torch. And that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.